might notice that we're not wearing our current outfits because this episode's going to be special. We're going to be drafting new characters for that show. But to get you used to this show, if this is your first time watching, Blittle League is an ongoing comedy horror TTRPG live play where we usually follow a group of superpowered children who protect their worlds from danger while facing the horrors of growing up and playing youth sports. So normally we follow one set of crew, the Sunflowers in the Boston, Massachusetts area, the fictional city of Boston. And we may be playing new folks in that area to be determined in one moment. So there's no character introductions. I'm just going to pass it to John Serpico. John Serpico, our game master. It's in your hands now. Good luck.
Yeah, I suppose it is. My name's John Serpico. I'm the GM, and I do a bunch of different things. Normally, one of the things I don't have to do is ask the players to draft characters, but today is very special because I'm asking them to. These fantastic improvisers are each going to play a new Blittle League character. I will play all of the characters not played by these four brilliant improvisers. So that's what mainly being a GM is all about. I also ask the players to roll some dice whenever they want to do something, the outcome of which is uncertain. We use the Monster of the Week system, which means that the dice I'm going to be asking them to roll are 2 6-sided dice. So they're going to roll it, they're going to add a modifier, and on a 10 or higher, they get what they want, mission success. On a 7 to 9, they get a little of what they want or need to make a difficult choice. And on a 6 or less, they do not get what they want. The world may consequently become scarier as an adult. The world doesn't stop on a failure, just gets scarier. Yes, that's what I do. Also, I provide context for episodes. If we're in the middle of a multi-parter or if anything needs some explanation. I'm not going to do that.
Okay, we're just jumping
in. Going to go in clean.
No context. Let's go. Let's go.
Yes.
Well, what were you going to say?
Well, I did have a couple of questions for the audience.
My question is, and I think I know the answer, I just want to make absolutely crystal clear certain, this episode is like canon. Like this episode, okay. It is, I guess they all are in some ways. Mm-hmm. Okay, never mind. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like this isn't just like a thing. Like if your characters decide it's like, you know what, we're gonna blow up Boston, like that'll be canon.
It'll impact our main characters,
absolutely,
our main player characters. Okay,
100%.
Thank you. That's
are they safe?
What I meant, I guess.
Are our main characters safe?
So, question for the chat. I would like folks in the chat to give me a town somewhere between Waltham, Massachusetts, and Poughkeepsie, New York, as well as what that town is known for. What that town is known for can be real, or you can make it up.
Hold on. Is this okay, the town can be made up.
I would like the town to be real. I would like the thing about it to either be made up or real.
I'm going to fact check. I'm going to fact check this.
Yeah.
On
So
Google
we're
Maps.
fact checking while folks in the chat do it. And maps totally allowed and acceptable. Dare I say encouraged.
Poughkeepsie.
And also while folks are doing that, even though no one has any characters to introduce, do we just want to remind people who we are?
Sure, we'll go around. I'll start. I'm WT Badger. I don't know who I'm playing. Kayleigh?
I'm Kayleigh, and I don't know who I'm playing.
I'm Marissa, and I don't know who I'm playing. Bridget?
I'm Bridget, and I don't know who I'm playing today. Are we...
I don't know.
Look at that guy. That's a big old map.
I've been shooting for at least 50 months. I can provide.
Map on demand.
Wow, there's a map.
Yeah, here's.
I think I feel like this is the longest it's taken, Serp, after you've asked a question for people to answer.
Yeah, they're checking maps.
They're hard ones.
Yeah.
They're checking maps.
And getting
we're making
inspired.
people learn.
Yeah, we
Here,
are
we're
determining the location for this. Let's call it a bottle episode.
I believe for folks who are maybe not on the East Coast, I think that Poughkeepsie is spelled Poughkeepsie or something like that.
What?
It's not intuitive.
Yeah, it's so Poughkeepsie. It's like dough, but with a P. Keeps like this is mine for
thank you.
keeps,
Thank you.
and then IE. So dough keeps IE.
Do you guys
But-
remember in the Sex and the City movie when Charlotte Poughkeepsie's in her pants?
No. I've
What?
never
What?
watched it.
Is that what she calls it too? Does it happen? And she's like,
That's
I
what Carrie
Poughkeepsie?
says. She's not in Poughkeepsie. She's in Mexico. And Charlotte, that's what Carrie says. It's her exact words. As Carrie goes, and that's when Charlotte Poughkeepsie's in her pants.
Wow.
Thank you, someone in the chat for knowing what I'm talking
Nice.
about.
Thank you,
It's in the
Dazzle, for
movie.
validating.
Everybody, we're
validating the
here
moments.
to say, please watch the Sex and the City movie.
Yes, we are sponsored by the Sex and the City movie. Hello,
Everyone
Asmani
loves it.
Games. Hello, Emma Fring. Happy to have you back. And well, Dazel. So I'm just going to go through. Does Mystic, Connecticut count as the answer? Well, we're going to. So here's Boston. Let me give context. Here's the fictional town of Somerville, the fictional town of Boston. Here's Cambridge. Waltham is around. Where did Waltham go? Help.
There's a
Why is this-
it's to the top left.
Up left. Oh, it's way over here. I thought it was down here. Or here's Waltham.
Yeah,
Waltham is,
Waltham's, I guess, maybe
it's
15
there. It's
miles from
north-
city center, something
Northwest
like
of Newton, mostly north.
Here's Worcester. I think we've been here. This is where Zoe went to school. Here's Zlobs, Massachusetts. We heard Mystic.
I see
Actually,
Hull
the
on
group
there as
has
well.
been to Mystic.
Yeah, we've been to Mystic.
We've been to Mystic. Mystic is down
It's great,
here.
yeah, but Companion Wolf, great suggestion. It is indeed very mystical. And actually, let's figure out what episode that took place in.
That was the Traveling Team episode. Where is Mystic? It's like down here, right?
Yeah, it's south of the part of Connecticut that's totally destroyed.
I meant in real life, but also that.
Yeah,
I can't
episode
believe Google Maps
82.
doesn't have it marked where in our game Connecticut is destroyed.
Yeah,
This
fun
map-
fact about Connecticut. In this game, virtually all of it is referred to as the exhausted earth. And it was a consequence of the war.
Hull
The
is such a
Mystic,
good
Connecticut, a
answer.
city on the coast of Connecticut, and home to a great library. It is very minimally populated because most of Connecticut is destroyed.
Is that town called Lordship?
That's a cool
Ooh,
name.
Deerfield.
Deerfield. We got one.
I think.
Where's Deerfield?
Oh, wait a minute. Catskill. Yeah. This is gonna
Deerfield is-
this is gonna be in Catskill, New York.
Wait. Well, hold on. There's Deerfield, Mass, and a Deerfield, New York.
I like Catskill.
Cool.
It's beautiful country up there.
Can you
All
show
right.
me where that is, Joey?
Deerfield. Well, New Hampshire.
Catskill, known for their dogs.
Hold on. Where?
No.
That's
dogs?
perfect.
No, for their
Absolutely
dogs.
perfect. I'm adding it to
Oh my God,
the notes.
It's so small. Look how
Yep.
small this town is.
I thought Catskills, the Catskills was known
Catskills.
for like summer camps. Is that also true?
Absolutely. Yeah, the
Camp in the
Catskills are
Catskills?
it's a mountain range. It's absolutely gorgeous. What's interesting about it is it's on the Hudson River. So you have the Hudson River, it's very beautiful up there, and then you just have mountains, you have all these historic sites. There's skiing, there's hiking. It's everything. And Catskill itself is fairly small. Population of about 12,000. So, yeah, that's where we're going to... And the freaking longest zip line in North America.
Wow.
Yep, it's known for two things. And the longest zip line...
Thank you, Dazel. Oh, so it's known for dogs and zip lines. Great.
Zip line in North America. Okay, perfect.
Amazing.
Now I think it's time to figure out who these players are playing. All we know so far, this is taking place in Catskill, New York. So, I I want all four of you to roll 2d6, and I want all of you to tell me what you get.
Oh god, I dropped a die.
I got 6.
I also got 6.
Oh my god, I got a 6.
I got a 7.
Okay.
Amazing rolls, everybody.
So here's what we're going to do. Kayleigh, this is the easy one. You have 4 choices. Who are you going to play? Loretta, Magnus the Blonde, Ale Brewer, or Flim?
Oh my gosh. Well, I really did not expect to be going first when I rolled a 7. I'll take Loretta.
Yeah.
Loretta.
Loretta.
Yeah.
I saw that going.
Nice.
from
Is that
a
how
mile
you
away.
all? What,
Oh
what
my
you
god.
had
Yes.
down?
Yeah.
1,000%.
Not,
Well,
not
then,
surprised.
you know what I'm going to do just to make this a little more fun for me?
Yeah.
This is very fun. It's not. I'm not having a bad time. I'm having a wonderful time. There is a song by Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds called "The Curse of Millhaven." I recommend listening to it or any of the foreign language covers of it after the episode.
Okay.
Cool. All right, Kayleigh, you are Loretta.
Okay.
Joey, Bridget, and Marissa, because the
what's
three
up?
of you tied, I think we're going to have to go to the chat here.
Oh,
So, chat. Who picks next? First name gets it.
Cat skills. Oh wait, that's no.
What?
Bridget.
Oh.
Bridget, you pick
Oh, no.
next.
I'm gonna have to go with Ale Brewer.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
All right.
We could have cast this in our sleep.
And now Joey and Marissa, I think. Okay, I have an idea.
Mhm.
You can veto this idea,
Sure.
but here's what's going to work. I want who picks next to be determined by a race. Which one of you can get to the camera of the other person first?
Oh my god, I hope they don't hurt themselves on those stairs. Oh no, I can hear them. I can hear them.
Is Joey downstairs now?
I wonder
Yeah.
if they're tussling. Maybe they're tussling. Whoa!
Oh my god!
Oh.
So close.
All right, Joey, and then Marissa. That sounds pretty good to me. A note about Ale Brewer is I wanted a character with a last name that's a profession, and I wanted the last name to be the profession, and so I wanted this person to be from a different time. Okay.
I love
Makes
it.
sense.
And yep, a cat. Oh no, a cheese has been taken.
Oh,
The spoils of victory. So Joey, between
She's like, I'm out of here.
Okay, bye.
between Magnus the Blonde and Flim, who would you like to play?
God. Let's see here. Oh, I love both. I'm gonna be Flim.
And Marissa, I give you Magnus the Blonde.
all right.
Now in reverse order, so starting with Marissa, then Joey, then Bridget, then Kayleigh. I recommend all of you read to the chat and to each other the backstory on your sheet.
All right. Hey, everyone. I'm Magnus the Blonde. While still human, Magnus is becoming less so by the week. Though Magnus was always fast, their speed began increasing. Then sharper teeth followed. Then a vice-like bite. Then claws, and now the thickening of their skin. They're not worried. The opposite, in fact. And that
You love to see it.
is Magnus the Blonde.
Magnus the Blonde. And for those keeping score at home, the character class is the Monstrous. Okay. Bridget, you're up next because I think costuming may be happening
I
off
think
camera.
that it might be. Oh, never mind.
Oh, all right, Joey, it's all yours.
Hi everyone, I'm Joey T. Badger, and I'm playing Flim, the engineer. Flim is a former Medford Magnolia and child of a pair of mechanics. Flim has developed a deep understanding of machinery and engineering, currently learning to play the saxophone, which I think is the most important part, because have you ever seen a saxophone? It's just so perfectly engineered that you can get so many different sounds from just a simple device. Did you know that the saxophone is actually part of the woodwind family? It's amazing.
Heck yeah. And for those keeping score at home, the engineer is, as Joey mentioned, the class. That is a new class developed for this one shot.
Wow.
Bridget, you're up.
That's me. I'm Bridget, and I will be playing Alewife. Alewife was born in 1810 in Cambridge, Massachusetts, and died in 1824. Woke up 3 years ago, 6 feet beneath Cambridge, Massachusetts. The cause of your death, my death, was murder. The reason for my rebirth remains unknown. Not Alewife.
And Kayleigh, tell me the story of Loretta.
Yep, definitely. No problem. I would love to. Hey, where am I supposed to be seeing this backstory? Nope, got it. I found it. Don't even worry. Loretta, class, the Crooked. Backstory. Former South Boston Snapdragon and current member of Redacted Gang. Made Vlarsity as a junior, successfully stayed out of the papers since. Trusts her friends, robs her enemies, or anyone else.
All right, gang. Let's play Vlarsity. The Vlarsity away game. You're heading via bus convoy to Pikesville, Maryland, to play the Pikesville Algae Blaseball team. Vlarsity away games are very interesting. They're essentially road trips, with the team stopping in various towns and setting up shop for a day to solve problems, fight monsters, resolve mysteries. Think of it like a traveling circus. Towns know when Vlarsiti's on the route. And so when the buses pull into town, a market of sorts is created in a parking lot or town square or anywhere else there's room. And folks come up and ask the Vlarsity for help. No money ever exchanges hands. But if a job is well done, the Vlarsity players are given a small badge or token they can wear on their uniforms. The Vlarsity Roadshow has set up in Catskill, New York. You are in a big open clearing at the base of this enormous zip line that stretches beyond human sight to the upper slopes of one of the nearby mountains. Your buses are all like in a circle, and within the buses are all of the Vlarsity players lined up in little groups. There are folding tables and there are signs. Each group of Vlarsity players, because they've all grouped up, kind of have a specialty, and that specialty is laid out on their sign. So, gang, what does your sign say?
The sign that we like, what do we do with this sign? We like
It's
carry
like
it
your
in?
advertising sign. Like, imagine people going to a farmer's market, but instead of buying like produce and, and locally made soaps, it's like they walk into a farmer's market and they're like, oh, that group kills monsters. Oh, that group talks to spirits. Oh, that group does financial crimes. Does or solves. Either way, I think there's a table for both. So yeah, what is the thing that this Vlarsity group is advertising for?
Safety at your own risk.
I love it.
That's so good, Marissa.
Okay. So as you pull into town, all of you are setting up. The four of you have worked together before. You were all on the traveling team a few years ago. And so it's was wonderful when you all made Vlarsity. And so you folks have been working together as you've been doing the road shows for this year. You've all got a couple of bangles on your uniform. Chat, tell me what one of them looks like. What does this souvenir bangle or badge look like? As they're figuring that out, you take the folding table down out from, the roof rack of the bus. You set up, you put your sign, safety at your own risk. Okay. The badge you got on your last mission, it's a manhole cover, and it's like you stitched it on. So I want one of you to tell me in what town did you receive it?
Deerfield.
Deerfield, Mass.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
It's the only manhole cover in town.
It is, yeah.
We made it into smaller manhole covers.
Yep, they gifted you the manhole cover, which you cut apart and smelted into smaller manhole covers. What was the thing that you did there to earn it? So someone else give me that one.
Rescued a cat, of course.
Mm-hmm. Rescued a cat. What or where did you rescue the cat from?
Oh, well, we rescued it from a raging river. It was surfing on a log.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And aside from being very well loved, I want someone else to tell me what was so special about the cat.
It was the mayor. Turned into a cat.
Was the mayor.
Mm-hmm.
And what did the mayor of Deerfield, the cat, tell you when you were conferred the manhole?
The secret of Deerfield.
And Magnus, what was the secret of Deerfield?
That the town was founded by cats.
Yeah. You kind of unearthed the great mystery of Deerfield in rescuing the cat mayor. In point of fact, it was very strange when the mayor fell into the raging river and none of the other residents of Deerfield went to rescue the mayor. You, of course, realize that they were either cats or humans or other species raised by cats, and as such, all of them hated water.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
you were the only folks capable, and so you did. And to celebrate, they did indeed give you the manhole, symbolizing, of course, your conquest over water.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that was a powerful experience for all of you. So you're setting up your little folding table. You're putting the very cool sign down, and you're watching as like various families zip line in with their like petitions in hand to like ask various Vlarsity folks to help out with things. And, you're just watching as like orderly lines start forming. There's like a local band playing. They've like set up a little stage. There's catering, heavy appetizers, nothing seated, but heavy appetizers. And yeah, you're just watching and waiting for folks to approach you with their petitions. So we'll pick it up there.
Magnus, have you been on one of those zip lines?
Never.
Is that what they call them?
I don't like heights.
Oh, I keep forgetting that.
Are we gonna have time to go on the zip line before we leave?
Oh, I can make it go faster if you're worried about timing.
How exactly
How would you make a
do
zip
that?
line go faster?
Rockets.
I can't believe you asked him that, Loretta. Oh my god.
Rocket.
Mm-hmm.
Ale Brewer, you asked Flim to make you something recently. What was it?
Yeah, I asked him to make me a trinket of sorts that goes inside of my jacket. That would help me record the conversations that I've been having with, well, let's just say with certain spirits around me.
Indeed. It is important to note, chat, that Ale Brewer is undead. That is a new class for this session. So, yeah, you have a microphone that is powerful and attuned enough to record your conversation with spirits. Add that to your inventory sheet.
It's large though.
Yeah, that's kind of the one drawback.
It's like this big. It's designed to wear in a backpack. I had to take 4 of those giant real recordings because ghosts exist in the 4th dimension, so you need 4 ways to measure it. So you need them all working together, and you can't just use digital. No. Because of not because they are artifacts and ghosting and those things. No, that's just a distraction. It's all about the physical media.
That sounds right to me.
Yeah, perfect.
I don't question anything that Flim makes because I've found that Flim knows his stuff.
Yes, I did all the questioning. I keep questioning it, and I iterate, and I get to the answer. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, you're all observing the town. Loretta, you're observing the zip line. It looks incredibly fun.
Yeah, it does.
Is there anything any of you wants to do as the petitioners are coming up? Yeah, Loretta.
Yeah, I'd like to. I mean, if everybody feels like they have it under control over here, I would love to just take a lap.
You take a lap. Why don't you give me, Loretta, 2d6 plus sharp?
You know what I'm doing, right?
I do indeed.
Following my passion. What the heck? 8.
All right, partial success. There is someone here. I'll give you 2 options. There's someone here that looks like maybe not necessarily the mayor, but someone that looks very well connected. They're like shaking hands with a lot. It might be the mayor.
I want to use my mayor finder.
Yeah, sure. Give me a Flim, give me a 2d6 plus sharp.
Oh, Ratchets and Joy. I got a 14.
Okay. Loretta, good news, that is the mayor.
Oh, perfect.
Which means that the mayor almost certainly, and this is often the case in like the deep suburbs, where like town defense is left up to the municipality instead of like Blittle League. The mayor almost certainly has on him the key to the Catskill Armory.
Yeah.
Which is like the building that has all of the Catskills defensive equipment in it. So 100% sure there's a key on him. There's then a very wealthy looking couple with some rather ostentatious jewelry on. Your lead on it is that it's almost certainly real. So, if you are interested in using another one of your skills, you can choose to do that to either the mayor or the wealthy couple.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm definitely gonna pickpocket for sure.
Sure. Who do you want to do it to, the mayor or the wealthy couple?
I've got to take the key from the mayor.
You need the key. It makes sense to have the key. All right, pickpocket. Give me a 2d6 plus charm.
Magnus, what you want to help?
Yeah, I want to help.
All right, Magnus, how would you like to help?
I'd like to pick a fight with the mayor.
Perfect. Give me a 2d6 plus cool.
This is what I love about Magnus. Magnus knows that I have a passion and it's stealing. And they want to support me in that.
Fantastic. So yeah, on a 10, so good news, Loretta, when you do your pickpocket, you get a +1 on your roll. Magnus, why don't you describe to me what this looks like?
Yeah, so me and Loretta don't even say anything about it. I just look at Loretta. Loretta looks at the mayor. I don't even look back. I go up to the mayor. I bump shoulder to shoulder and I say, "Hey, we want to start a fight or something? Huh? Why are you looking at me that way?"
I'm not happy to have you here for various things.
Some big greeting person. You're just gonna come in here and greet everybody. That's who you are. I'm the greeter. Bull crap. Cut it.
I'm so terribly sorry. And the mayor's looking around and like people are looking at him and he's debating whether or not to like defend his honor and shove you or be very deferential to the visiting heroes. And in that moment of confusion, Loretta, you make your move. So Loretta, 2d6 plus charm +1.
Excellent. That's going to be a 10.
Fantastic. Add to your inventory the master key to the Catskill Defense Building.
Love it.
I'm gonna do one to the mayor as I leave.
Awesome. Okay. So this traveling circus that is Vlarsity is very much pulling in a lot of people. There's kind of a carnival atmosphere to it, frankly. And so like there are people here just to look at Vlarsity players. There are people here to do petitions. And then there are people that are here for like the food and the music and just to like wish you all well as you go on your travel. There are 2 people that have approached your sign and made a petition. Something about that safety at your own risk, you think, as it often does, attracts the right clientele for your group. There are 2. One, a very quiet high schooler is interested in catching a dog, one of the wild dogs that live on the slopes outside of Catskill. And the reason why is that the dogs of Catskill, when they bark like monsters. They're larger than most dogs. They're not wolves. They're dogs. They're just very big. They sound like monsters. And if you bond with one, you bond with them forever. So this teenager needs help getting one. The other is an 8-year-old child who is insistent that the shed in the backyard of her house is haunted. And she needs teenagers to accompany her to the shed so she can see what's in it.
Well, now I think that these 2 actually go quite well together. Because the thing is that in order for our older child to have the bravery in order to somewhat independently bond with this monster dog, I think a little trip to somewhere that is haunted might help bolster that bravery.
So you propose this to the older teen, who the chat will name, and you propose this to the younger child, who the chat will also name, and they agree to it. Ale Brewer, question for you: do you look undead?
When you look directly in my eyes, yes. So I have noticed, and it's really quite rude to me, that there are certain people on the team who choose not to look me directly in the eyes because they did it once and they'd prefer to just look at me and see just another peer. But if you look me directly in the eyes, yes, in fact, you can see that there's a sort of glassiness.
Yeah, you've held up fairly well considering you've been buried for 200 years. But still, the eyes will always give it away.
That's exactly what we say in the gang.
Mm-hmm. The eyes always give
The
it away.
eyes will always give it away.
It has its deep, multifaceted meanings.
Yeah, Loretta, you flash back to a moment in a warehouse where some of your fellow gang members in Redacted were shaking down another gang, interrogating them, trying to find where they hid everything. And you're like pacing back and forth, looking at your folks, rough up their folks. And you see in the eyes of one of them weakness. And that's the one that spills the beans. So the teenager, Shotgun Banjo, is very down. And so the child, Romanian Florida, leads you to her house. So sure enough, Shotgun Banjo, tall, lot of hair, looks like an athlete in his own right. But there's something about him that just seems uncertain. Like, he very much looks the part of like a teenager growing into the person he will be. But at the same time, like he doesn't walk in front of anybody. He's walking in the back. He's not really asking you anything. It's like he's building up the nerve to put one foot in front of the other. So that's what's going on with Shotgun. Romanian Florida, talking nonstop. She's just kind of trundling along with her new team, and saying, "Yeah, so my older brother has a dog, but I'm not old enough for a dog yet. But I think in between now and when I am, dog years old, I really need to get to the bottom of what's in the shed because it is super haunted."
Have you spoken to any of these spirits who you believe are haunting?
I don't know if it's haunted by a spirit or an angel or a demon or an extra planar being. I have done a lot of research, but every time I get really close to the shed, I turn around and leave. So I think it's haunted with something. I don't know what that thing is, and I haven't talked to it yet.
Could it be haunted with more of something like a bat or a bird or like a raccoon?
Astute question, Loretta.
Just wondering.
I don't know. Because I've never actually heard it make any noise.
Oh,
And
it's
I
more
think
of a
bats
feeling.
make noise.
Have you tried exploding the shed and burying it deep, deep down so that no one else will know of the shed?
Agnes, that's your solution to everything.
Yeah, we see in our mind's eye just kind of a clip show scene from all of your different perspectives of like Magnus walking out of the ruins of various buildings, Magnus just like holding like an arm, just an arm from somebody, like Magnus like burned from something, but carrying like bags of what look like meat. There's a lot going on with.
All I'm saying is that if you bury it, it no longer becomes a problem.
I have to disagree
sorry.
with you there, Magnus. I have to disagree.
That was very insensitive.
Looking over my field notes, and it only worked about 60% of the time.
60%
60% of the time, and if I may weigh in, I believe that percentage may actually go down over time because often when we are working with things that could cause death or perhaps stir up other beings, sometimes it takes quite a while for the problems to arise, because we are working on an infinite time scale. So I believe we're actually probably closer to about 45% success rate.
If anyone's keeping track, that is the 14th time this week that Ale Brewer said infinite time scale.
Yeah, Ale Brewer's take on time is very interesting, considering the fact that that he's neither truly living or dead, and
But I will I will find out.
Ale Brewer, can you try and hold off on saying it like 2 more times this week? Because if you do, I'm going to owe Flim money.
Mm-hmm.
You're at your
Do
cap.
my best. The pressure is not helpful, though. I have to
sometimes
say,
though,
the pressure
people
is not
do need to hear about the
helpful.
infinite time scale.
Now, Romanian,
Yeah.
I as we're walking, I put a comforting hand on their shoulder. What scares you about the shed? Like, what deep down causes this ice in your soul? What is it? You can be honest with us.
Flim, give me 2d6 plus charm.
7.
All right. Partial success on the manipulate someone. That's a heavy term. You're just trying to ask something that Romanian might not be comfortable sharing.
Oh yeah, I can tell they're very uncomfortable and not saying.
Yeah,
what they
she
wanna
kind of
say.
gets a little herky jerky, like the pace of her talking kind of stops for a second, and she says she will tell you what scares her if you tell her something that scares you. And you're pretty sure it's because she wants to know that people older than her can be scared too.
Oh God, dying. I don't want to die. Oh, just be like mangled or something? No, thank you. God, there's so many. It's dangerous. If you're not in Blittle League, are you?
No, it'd be too long of a drive.
It's so dangerous. Oh my goodness, there's so many. There's a lot of claws. There's a lot of machinery. Magic can just incinerate you out of nowhere. You can be ripped from the timeline, thrown to a different timeline, or just thrown into the ocean. The ocean's big. You could just drown in the ocean.
Infinite
Infinite what?
ocean.
Romanian is troubled by all of this, and like color leaves her face, but after a moment she says, well, I guess I don't like the fact that if there's someone or something living in our house, I don't know who it is. Like, I want to know. I just want to know, and it scares me that like maybe I have a roommate that I don't know about.
And you've been feeling this for a long time? I can tell. And it's okay. If it was something really bad, you'd be dead. You'd be mangled. You'd be torn apart. You'd be possessed. You'd be melted.
Flim.
Yes,
You're
Loretta,
scaring
yes.
the kid. Listen.
The kid's already scared.
I'm going to say something, and you can trust me because I'm older. This is really what you have to be afraid of in this life, all right? Because it's not dying. That happens to everybody. You don't have to be afraid of dying or of the timelines that Flim is talking about or whatever the heck else Flim is saying, okay? There's one thing in this life. The only thing we have to fear, do you know this? The only thing we have to fear is being buried alive.
Oh, okay.
And
even
even
That
that,
makes
to
a
be
lot of
totally-
sense.
Yeah, everyone looks at Magnus.
Nope. They both got it wrong.
take that to the bank. I'm telling you.
Oh my
It's
God.
not being buried alive.
Do you remember when you heard when the sunflowers get buried alive?
Yeah.
Like it was like 3 years ago, 4 years ago or something?
Yeah.
I heard of it.
Oh my God. I was like, wow, how they get out of that one? And they got out of it. That's so scary.
See, kid, and look at El Brewer over there. He like rose from his grave.
I
Could be
did.
worse.
In fact, it's true.
Could be heights.
Heights?
What?
Yeah.
Like being
Heights.
up high?
Yeah. Have you ever been up high? It's very scary.
I've been up high. Yeah.
Now, pal,
I've been on a roof.
if you think you might die, I will suggest Perhaps having some sort of knife on you for your burial, because sometimes, occasionally, it does happen that one might find themselves awake, 6 feet under, and have to find their way out, and you don't want to look at my nail beds, that's what I'll tell you.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Also the plot of a Machete
What?
Chef film.
Oh, Loretta, if you had seen me when I first awoke, Flim was speaking of mangled, and it did take me more than the journey up those 6 feet in order to get the glowing, beautiful skin that I now have. Once again, decomposition does in fact set in earlier than 3 years. Take a knife.
She nods. Shotgun Banjo, who is on his phone, just kind of looks up from the back and says, "I've ordered us each a knife." And Romani's like, "Thanks, Shotgun."
That's just useful to have on you, regardless.
True. It is true.
So, okay, the house you make it to, it's a very pretty but very small house. Like almost this cute little cottage. It's off of, like it's a little kind of dirt path off a side street, and so it's like this tiny little like 1-story cottage, but like a door, a window on each side, real shutters, like a mailbox that looks like a snowman with skis, and it's like a very charming house. And it's on a pretty good piece of land that eventually kind of rises up into the hills beyond. And sure enough, like right before, like the ground starts to rise up, maybe 50, 60 feet from the back of the house, is a shed. And the shed looks older than the house. So, what do you all do?
I play a haunting sax refrain.
Yeah, you unlimber your saxophone and you appropriately score the moment.
Well, that's great.
It's not good.
No,
It's not bad. I'm learning.
It's good. It's good.
How haunting is it, John?
Why don't you give me a let's see, give me a 2d6 plus cool.
Oh goodness.
Definitely cool.
Definitely cool. That's a +1. A 10. Great.
Wow. The Flim has been making big strides in the past couple of weeks. So yeah, it's pretty darn close to a movie level of haunting.
Mm-hmm.
So do we think, and I'll, defer to whoever, but do we think that it would be helpful to go into the house first to like look for clues or
sure.
more information?
So Loretta, you start doing a little wander of the house.
Yeah.
You open the door, Romania's dad is in there. He's like sitting in a comfy chair. He's watching a Flowers game on TV. And
are they really Flowers fans here in New York?
Yeah, there are a few.
Must be a transplant. Pun not intended.
Zing.
I said not intended. Take back that zing.
Oh. Guys.
Thank you.
So Loretta, you walk in and the dad kind of looks up at you and kind of like twists his head a little bit. Oh, Vlarsity, huh?
Yeah. We heard you have like a haunted shed in the back.
I don't think the thing's haunted. I just keep my lawnmower in there.
Interesting. You're in there a lot?
Yeah.
He's the ghost.
Or a mayor. I checked the mayor finder.
Not the mayor.
Not the mayor. Okay.
I checked the yard to see when it was last mowed.
Yeah, Ale Brewer, give me a 2d6 plus sharp.
Eight.
Well, you definitely know it hasn't been harvested. You're not entirely sure. But what you do see is that the grass has grown very unevenly. So you don't know if necessarily it's been mowed or not. All you know is that the grass is very uneven. Loretta.
Yeah.
Yeah. The dad is kind of stonewalling you at this point.
Okay, well, no problem. I look in his eyes. Is he lying?
It's always the eyes.
You can
can't-
always tell. Looking
You
in
can always
someone's eyes.
tell.
You
Three
can't tell
things you
lies.
can tell. Number 1, lion. Number 2, weakness. Number 3, undead.
Truth.
Mhm.
I mean, that's the rules of redacted. Give me a
can't
2d6
spell-
plus charm to manipulate someone.
Mm-hmm.
Because you want to see, even if he is lying, you want to get him to talk.
13.
13. Okay. Yeah, he is absolutely lying. There is something about like your countenance. Like he looks you in the eyes, you look him in the eyes. You're so casual about it, but you're not really taking your eyes off of him.
Mm-hmm.
And he realizes in that moment that like Loretta has seen people bleed.
Yeah.
And he's like, I haven't been in there in years. I tried to, but I am too scared. And I just don't want little Romanian to have the same obsessive tendency that I do to constantly think about this thing. I kind of want to pretend like it doesn't exist.
Wow. Okay, that all just kind of comes spilling out.
Don't hurt me.
Oh. Okay. Yeah,
Then let us in
No.
your shed.
fine. Oh, okay. Yeah. Let us in your shed.
You're welcome to it.
Is that a pun?
Not intentionally, but if you say it is and your friend here thinks it is, then it is.
Okay, calm down. We're not going to hurt you. At the most, we're going to tie you up. But it seems like you're, don't even need that. You're not getting like riled up or anything.
No, not riled at all. There's like sweat rolling off the side of his head. He
I
points
pat it
to.
off. Just
He
Well, just
looks in
standing
your eyes and he
above
just
him.
screams. He points to a like a coat rack, and hanging on one of the pegs is just like this big round kind of rusted key ring with like an old key hanging off the bottom of it. There's no wind in the house, but the key's gently swaying back and forth. If you can
So
get there,
how,
that'll open it.
Have you grown up in this house? Or like how long, when did you come here? How long have you had this house?
We moved out here from the Boston suburbs. This was my parents' house, and when they passed, I got it.
No friggin' way. From Boston?
Yeah, from Waltham.
Okay, not Boston, but okay. So, you came out here. The shed's been haunted ever since. You've never gone in there?
Mm-mm. Never. Not once.
Okay. Anybody else? Anything? Anything?
You got any hot chocolate?
Yeah, do you have
Yes.
any hot chocolate?
Yeah, solving mysteries is thirsty business.
Sure
Yep.
is.
Yeah. So Mr. Florida goes into his kitchen and starts whipping up hot chocolate. You think he's making homemade marshmallows.
Wow.
But anyway, you're in the backyard
As a team.
as a team.
Mhm.
Shotgun Banjo is with you. He's like taking pictures of everything with his phone. So, you think this is going to toughen me enough up that a dog would respect me?
Yep, get in there. Push.
Okay, you
Yeah, we
hurl
pushed him
him
in the
towards the shed.
Yep.
All right, Flim.
Yes.
Why don't you give me a 2d6 plus cool roll? This is
Eight.
a 8 act under pressure. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So your goal is to kind of shove this guy kind of through or towards the shed. The complication is this. You all get within like 20 feet of the shed. Shotgun gets a little closer. He's taking pictures. And then you kind of walk up behind him and it's like, all right, off you go. And you shove him. And your hand extends, like a couple of feet from you as you push him. And you feel, unnatural cold. It's like you're in a warm house and you put your hand out the front door on the coldest day of the year. Only you're just like in a yard.
Oh, that's supernatural. Oh boy. Is there a mayor in the shed?
You check.
Mayor.
A mayor.
You're getting a fuzzy signal.
What does that mean,
Is-
Slim?
It's not good.
What is?
Has the teenager gone in?
Shotgun Banjo is standing stock still about 10 feet from the shed. He is either too cold or too scared to move.
I'd like to roar in his general direction so that he'll advance.
All right, sounds like a manipulate someone roll. Why don't you, Magnus, give me 2d6 plus charm. I will give you a +1 because you're quite terrifying.
9.
All right. So you get up, big roar, shotgun kind of immediately snaps out of it, and it kind of turns and looks at you, and turns and looks at the shed, and you realize in that moment it's like, oh well, at least this isn't whatever supernatural thing's going on isn't like paralyzing him. He's just really scared. He runs forward and gets to a few feet of the shed and is then swallowed by the earth.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
Oh,
Oh no.
don't wanna
Oh,
go
we
back
did a
in.
bad thing.
Luckily I rigged something to pull him back out as I pushed him.
Okay, Flim. So the rigs skill. Why don't you read that to the group just up until the on a 10+.
Yeah. If you could reasonably been in a location before, which I've been in there now, you have set a booby trap. If you would like that booby trap to go off, roll 2d6 plus cool on 10. Yeah.
Okay, so you have been in Catskill before.
Oh, that's before. I guess now. I guess before pushing him. Never mind. Not rigged.
Okay.
Oops.
No, well,
I've done
I will
worse.
follow him in.
Okay.
Just
So
going to-
Ale Brewer.
And, oh,
You kind of walk
Gotta have a
up
microphone.
to where the shed is, where he fell into the ground, like preparing to be pulled into the earth, and you are not.
ugh. Bugger.
Huh.
Well, in that case, I think I'd like to see if there is a spirit here. Wandering,
I think that's fair.
perhaps under the earth.
Okay. So you want to use your commune with the departed skill?
Yes.
All right. Give me a 2d6 plus weird, please.
Does he get a +1 for having the device?
Oh, I don't need it
Oh, good.
because I rolled an 11.
Okay. All right. Please read to the group the commune with the departed skill and what happens when you get a 10.
You may roll 2d6 plus weird to find and speak to a wandering spirit. You are always unsure of the nature of the spirit and its willingness to help until one reveals itself. On a 10 plus, the spirit will do one of the following. My choice. Push or pull an object less than 5 pounds. I'm guessing that shotgun is more than 5 pounds. Share via imagery and emotion the answer to one question from the investigate or read lists. Or temporarily possess an enemy, adding +2 to the roll of the next player. So I suppose we'll be asking a question.
Sure, ask any question at all.
Where
So
did it...
you kind of reach out your mind while we're thinking of the question. You reach out your mind, and in a way that would be impossible for you to describe, you just kind of reach out across the veil of the veil of death, and there is a spirit that seems tethered to this home. And this spirit kind of appears at some distance you can never really work out, but like they're in front of you effectively. You can see through them. There are hollows where their eyes should be. They are faintly blue-white and ethereal and just kind of staring at you. You get a sense that it is willing to help because you believe it is very connected to this place. It sees itself as a protector of it. So with that said, what is your question?
What happened here?
Yeah. This spirit was once the owner of this house. This house was built here during his lifetime. And so the images and emotions you're seeing are literally like, this place was like empty land. He built a house here. This was the first owner of the house. And then you see that someone negotiated with him to rent out a plot of land behind the house, and this person built a shed. This person was new to town. And so the emotion, so you're seeing like the house be built, you're seeing a conversation with a figure in like a big coat with a big collar, like a big smile on his face. And then you see this shed built, and then you see this figure put things in the shed. And
Can I see at all what those things are?
Artifacts. Not from here, and this is the emotion you're getting. The emotion you're getting is this feeling of strangeness or foreignness. The artifacts do not want to be there. And so that's the feeling you get. This feeling of pride in building a house, apprehension in making a deal, and then this feeling of intense alienness or isolation coming from the artifacts. So what happened here was a man stowed away artifacts from somewhere. And ever since then, this place has felt haunted or cursed.
Okay. Thank you.
As the spirit kind of is pulled back into the infinite, you get a feeling of regret, maybe powerlessness coming from him. And then he just kind of fades away beyond your sight.
It's common.
So, what do you think? The spirit wants to be, like, set free?
Perhaps set free from something internal, but I think the real issue is that it's the artifacts. There are artifacts inside of that shed. I imagine they're still there. And they don't want to be there.
Got you.
Perhaps
So
if we
it's
can
time to-
restore them to wherever they should be.
By blowing up the shed.
That
Maybe.
we will keep that option in mind.
It might come to that. Is there a lock on the shed?
There is.
Can I pick the lock?
You can.
Please.
Yep. Give me a 2d6 plus sharp.
Okay, and I have my lock picks.
You do indeed.
Okay, 13.
Oh, yeah. This is I mean, you don't even need the small tools. You literally go in there with a dental pick and kind of twist, pop. It wasn't easy because this lock has been on this shed for 100+ years. And so you kind of brute force it open. And in point of fact, when it opens, all of like the dust and the rust come free. So honestly, you left this lock in better condition than how you found it.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I want all of you to roll 2d6 plus weird. If anyone gets a 6 or less, tell me.
I got a 6.
I get less.
I got less also than 6.
I did not get less.
That makes sense. Yeah, Flim, Loretta, and Magnus, you all take 1 harm. Yeah, Loretta pops the lock, swings open the door, and you are buffeted with an intense feeling of magical, almost accursed cold.
Yeah.
Joey, are you making changes to my character sheet?
Oh no, wrong one. Sorry.
No, it's okay. Just making sure you knew.
I added harm for you.
You were on. Thank
I'm
you.
being helpful. You're welcome.
I was like, is Joey doing this kind of harm service for everyone?
Where's my axe?
Well, mine.
Yeah, so in here is a the inside of the shed's not very large. It's probably maybe 6 feet by 6 feet. And what's stacked within here are some crates of they almost certainly used to be food. Like long desiccated like remains of food. There might have been potatoes and carrots in here that have sprouted roots that have withered away a century ago. So those are piled up against one wall. But in the middle of the room, right on the floor, is it looks like a box, and the box is wrapped in oiled leather.
I'm going to go ahead and unwrap that.
Yeah. Yeah, this is something. This is a strong box. Any more than that, you're going to have to roll. So anyone that wants to investigate a mystery, I will let you roll it.
Yeah.
All right, Loretta,
Sure.
2d6 plus sharp.
Okay. Oh, why not? Let's investigate. I'm unbelievable. 13.
Okay, you can ask 2 of the questions from the Investigate a Mystery list.
Unreal. Everybody, I hope you're ready for Mindy to roll nothing but 2s for the next several months. So, AKA nothing changes.
Yeah, we're already kind of ready.
Investigate a mystery. Let's see. Okay. What happened here?
So you're looking at this.
Yeah.
What's in this strong box? The thing that's causing this area of cold and unnerve and all of this is it appears that several centuries ago, people, you think Vikings, put part of their spirit into whatever's in this box.
Mm-hmm.
And here's how you investigate this mystery. Is the writing on all of this and the quality of the lock and the hinges and stuff, you immediately realize anything in here is valuable. Like you would never put something cheap in an expensive box. Doesn't make sense.
Right.
So the thing that's in here must be valuable. You then recognize the runes carved into it as Viking or Nordic runes. And then you just kind of put it all together as a career thief. This guy stole this and decided to put it on someone else's property so that he could not be tracked to it.
What?
So a couple hundred years ago, a man stole something several centuries old. And what he stole is some kind of Viking reliquary or Viking treasure box. And in it are the partial spirits of Vikings.
Okay,
You
this
have one more
box-
question.
I do. Already, I feel like I've learned so much. Okay, in this box are the partial spirits of Vikings. Somebody stole this box and hid it here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Can I say in regards? Joey, are you telling me what to do?
Oh no, that's not my sheet.
Joey's giving me silent directions in my character sheet. Yeah, okay.
Surprise, Jen. The whole time, Joey's actually playing all of the characters. We're just doing whatever he
They all
says.
look the same. They all look the same. I'm looking through them like, oh, that'd be a good question. That'd be a good question. I'm highlighting it.
Okay. I will go with that. It's a good idea, Joey. I will go with what is being concealed.
Oh, I highlighted them all.
A rather
It looks like you're
clever...
highlighting one in particular. But that's the one I was gonna do. That's the one I'm gonna do. Regardless, where did it go? No, wait. Whatever I just said. What is being concealed? What is being concealed?
A rather remarkable trap, actually.
Oh.
It's a trap that is magical in nature, and the second Loretta kind of tells you about it, Flim, you are entranced by how cool this is. This is a magical and mechanical trap. If this box is ever opened, it can never move.
What?
If this box
I said that the other way.
is
If this box is ever moved, it cannot be opened.
Oh.
Okay, Flim, have at it.
You want me to open a box? You want me to open a box, this mystery box, and we open this Viking mystery box?
Disarming a trap feels like your area of expertise, no?
Of course.
I would let you roll the pinch here.
The
Flim.
pinch. Yes, it's like it's fixing something. Really, a trap is something that's broken, or it's something that's pre-broken, and the only way to fix that is to prefix it.
It's an interesting way of thinking about that.
It's about perspective, Loretta.
I guess so.
Oh boy, I rolled a 2. Plus 3, 5.
Okay.
Oh no.
Well, it has to get worse before it gets better. I've been saying
It
that for
does.
years.
So describe what you do to try to disarm this trap.
I lay out a whole roll of tools, all different kinds of wrenches, a bunch of different kinds of screws. There's calipers to start measuring things. I have it laid out. I'm ready to draw some schematics, and I go to move the box, and then I accidentally hold it the wrong way, and it opens. Whoops.
A trio of bags fall out, and they hit the ground. And there's stuff in them. Like there's a bag full of marbles or coins or gems or something. 3 of those kind of fall out and hit the ground. And at this point, the shed explodes, and you are surrounded by a trio of 6.5 foot tall, semi-translucent Vikings.
Yes.
All right. They seek to do you all harm. Who wants to go first?
Oh my gosh.
Magnus, what animal are you?
That's a very rude question.
Well, I'm just wondering.
Wow.
They have claws. They have a thick skin.
Okay, I'm Joey.
And
what
they're
animal
fast.
are you?
And there's still a person. Okay, Flim?
I don't know what I am. I don't know. Don't ask
Okay.
me.
Okay,
Flim.
I'm sorry.
Flim.
Yes.
You know the tool that I asked you to make. Hand it to me.
Okay, here you go.
It's just like a little taser to get me madder, and I just shocked
All right,
myself.
do
a
you
couple
want-
times.
This is
Well, hold on, Magnus. Is it? It's like tickling yourself. You can't really like get yourself mad. You can't like you tickle yourself. Elber, can you tase Magnus, please?
no,
Do it.
absolutely not.
Tase.
I don't
Shotgun
want Magnus
steps
to get
forward.
mad.
Shotgun's back.
Oh, no, sorry. Shit. Never mind. Oop. Ah!
Oh no! Oh no!
Yes.
Yeah.
Romanian steps forward. I'll do it. And Romanian Florida tases you.
Vulgar.
All right.
I'd like to be loading my musket, but I'd also like to try to commune with the departed at the same time, because this is getting out of hand, and I absolutely do not believe that we should be fighting spirits.
Muskets loaded. You're communing with the departed. So the departed is here. You want to talk to them.
I want to talk to them.
So 2d6 plus weird. I am going to put a -1 on this.
Okay. Well, that's still a 10.
All right. What would you like to? Would you like
I'd
to
like to-
ask them a question, or have them possess an enemy?
I do love when they do that. But I'm going to ask them a question.
Yeah.
What am I going to ask them now? What here is not what it seems.
These spirits themselves are not ghosts. They're in point of fact kind of echoes of the Vikings. Best you could tell, a Viking exploration party discovered whatever's in these bags, and to protect them, they gave a part of their soul. They essentially shedded a bit of their warrior spirit. So essentially, you're not fighting ghosts. You're fighting their warrior spirits that are protecting their treasure.
Interesting. So it's not their whole spirit. That's good news.
Yeah.
I feel better about fighting them then.
Who's going next?
Yeah, I'll take out my revolver.
Yep. All right. Yep. So you pull a piece.
Yeah.
And you fire. Give me kick some butt roll. 2d6 plus tough.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. That is a 5.
Okay. So you you pull a piece, you aim it. The Vikings don't necessarily know what's going on, you think. Like,
Sure.
You don't think they've ever seen a gun, but they can sense your malice. And so you, like, point the gun at one of them. This thing kind of takes a step in and with a big oar, like a boat oar, kind of smacks the gun to the side. So you take one harm.
Man.
Yeah, one's got an oar, one's got a sword and a shield, and one has a spear.
Okay. All right.
So the one with the oar hit you for 1 damage, 1 harm. All right, who's going next?
I'll tackle the one with the sword and shield. Just start
Got
throwing
it.
claws.
All right. Kick some butt.
All right, and then because I have the beast, I do +1 harm.
Yep, well, that brings your claws up to 3 harms. Your claws are as damaging as a shotgun.
Got you. And then because I'm faster than normal people with pre-natural speed, I get +1 to my first kick some butt roll.
Mm-hmm. 2d6 plus tough plus 1 for preternatural speed.
All right. I needed it because that's an 8.
All right, an 8. So you do your damage to him, and he does his damage to you. So you do 3 damage in your claw attack to him, and you are dealt 2 in return. Lunge forward. Like, you've all known Magnus for a while, but Magnus is just getting faster, stronger, almost every time Magnus fights someone. And you're not actually sure, all of you, like, what happens if you try to hit a warrior spirit. But Ale Brewer kind of comes to you as you see it. It's not like, oh, these things are magic and can't be harmed. The fact that you want to do them harm is what harms them. In essence, you are testing your warrior spirit against theirs. And yeah, so Magnus, you dive forward. This Viking kind of puts up the shield, kind of slices with the sword. You soak like a pulling strike against your ribs, and proceed to just start like clawing at this thing's chest. And it's like backing up. There's like kind of jets of like ectoplasmic mist spraying off of him. And yeah, you do 3 damage. Who goes next?
Oh, I'll go. Can I check in on my current project?
Sure. You had like one more thing to do before it was done. So yeah, your project. Please declare the project that you are working on.
It is a spiritual imprinter. It can
A spiritual imprinter.
Mm-hmm. It was part of the research because Ale Brewer asked me to create that device for him, and I thought, well, I might as well just keep going down that path. It was a really good first step in that process, and I had to spend just economies of scales and whatnot.
Yeah. You're close to being done.
Mm-hmm.
But if this is the moment where you take this thing out and it's like, okay, I think maybe all I got to do is turn it on. I'm going to say that you are 8 away from your cumulative target number. So if you roll an 8 or higher, this thing is on and you can use it next turn.
Whoa. Do I just roll dice?
Yep, just a straight up dice roll.
Ha! 6.
Okay, 2 left. Flim produces from like a bag this thing he's been working on for a while. Flim, describe what it looks like.
It looks like a projector, but a projector that's like looking into another projector. It's just like all these reels, just like all these tape like feeding from different like like other reels, at least 4 reels, are just going into this thing because I know that this photovolic tape is really sensitive to anything extra planar and extra spiritual. So it's just like all these different films and slides wrapped around this device.
Yeah. So Flim like takes this thing out and starts kind of moving slides around. And Flim, this is kind of the perfect time to do it because really the last step in this was like you kind of needed to like essentially white balance the camera against a ghost. So it's like, oh, good, ghosts. And you start like going to work on it. All right. I think it's the top of the order now. So who goes first?
I think I'll go. I'm going to aim my musket at the spirit that Loretta was
Got it. Yeah, the one with the oar.
Yes.
Okay, so Ale Brewer, fire your musket, kick some butt.
Six.
Okay. So your giant cacophonous sound echoes against the mountain in front of you. Your shot goes wide. It like blows a chunk out of a tree 20 feet away. And the thing with the oar kind of spins around and smacks you with it. So you take 1 harm.
Oh no, the tree landed on the house.
Yeah, there's a clatter against the roof. Mr. Florida's in the kitchen, like quickly stirring hot chocolate. All right, who's next?
I think that's me. So here's the deal. That guy knocked the revolver out of my hand.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to take out my shotgun.
Yep.
My shotgun, also good close range, also a beaut. Here's the downside. It is messy, bit of a spray.
Yep.
So it's a tight shed. All I'm going to say to my teammates is, look out, keep your eyes up. Let's do this.
All right, kick some butt.
Okay. Come on. Man, I can't believe Serp already used up the swear for this episode. That's going to be a 4.
Whoa.
Yeah, so you fire as a double-barreled shotgun.
Yeah, it sure is.
You fire. Sprays shrapnel everywhere.
Yeah, it's
It's on a
exciting.
tree.
Yeah, the tree is getting shredded. And once again, wham with the oar, and you're kind of smacked in the side with that. All right, who's next?
Pellet goes
Eyes
straight
up.
through the window, and then
I still have it though. Sorry. Sorry.
I was
do I
just gonna
still
say a
have the-
pellet goes straight through the window and then hits one of the ceramic mugs with the hot chocolate in it.
Right in his hand. Literally, it's just like, and like the bottom drops out.
This poor
All
man.
right.
This poor man. Do I still
Who's
have the
next?
weapon though? It didn't get lost.
Oh no! You still got it. It's still got another
Okay.
shell in it. Yeah.
I'd like to tackle the Viking ghost.
The one you've been fighting, sword and
Yep.
shield.
Yep. I'd like
To do damage to it or just to immobilize it?
no, I want to damage it. I want to
All right.
basically jump on it with my claws and do damage.
All right, claws it is. Kick some butt. 2d6 plus tough.
All right. Finally, that is a 10. I'd like to
Ooh, all right.
jump on it and then like stab it on all sides and say, "I'm your Odin now."
No!
Whoa!
That's metal. Okay, on a 10 plus, you can do 1 additional damage, take 1 less damage. We're going to stick to those 2 options, frankly.
I'd like to take 1 more damage.
Okay. Sounds good. I'll allow it. So this Viking does 3 damage to you. You do enough damage to it to defeat the warrior spirit. So yeah, you I'm your own. Boom, and you kind of like your rage sunders it apart into unbeing. And because you took 1 more damage, I think that's really cool. Whoever goes next is going to get a +1 to their attack.
I think I'm next. Hello, Flim.
Hello.
Here. Can I work my thing more, or is it kind of like a cumulative on cooldown thing?
I'll let you work on it one more time. If you so you just need there was 8 left, you got a 6, so 2 left. So how about this? I'll let you roll 2d6 plus sharp. Because you essentially need to get it working and then use it, presumably.
It's so close. It's so close.
So what's going to happen? You're going to roll 2d6 plus sharp. You're going to subtract 2 from it. That's the 2 you spend turning it on. And whatever's left will be your result. Before you do that, though, can you tell me what this device does?
It takes the spirit and the goal is to get like the essence captured so it can be used and released later on.
Got it.
So
okay.
So think like, I don't know. I think there was like a what were those shows when you were a kid that was scary, like an Are You Afraid of the Dark or like a Goosebumps where like the picture like captures your soul. It's kind of like that, but with a soul.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
All right. 2d6 plus sharp.
A free spirit soul. Hopefully,
I love it.
I don't
2d6
know.
plus sharp.
It hasn't
-2.
worked yet.
You're going to see what happens.
Great. 9.
9. All right. Partial success. I'm going to give you a choice.
Yes.
You can either trap the spirit permanently, like crap, this thing's not getting out. You didn't figure out the exit door. So 1, you could trap this spirit permanently, or 2, you can trap it temporarily, but it hates you.
Oh, temporarily. I'm not a monster.
Gotcha. So, all right, describe how this looks.
It's you hear a lot of metal clanks and you so it's spinning. It's starting to light. It's flickering at it, and it flickers faster and faster and faster until it is this strobing effect that just blinds everything. Gets somehow brighter and brighter, and the creature is imprinted onto the reel of this device. You can see it moving. You can play it forward and backwards, and it will show that movement. When played in reverse, it projects that image outwards, but once shut off, it ceases to exist in our realm.
Yes.
What is
Exactly
funny,
right.
Loretta?
What? Oh, no, nothing. Like, I'm so glad we're doing that instead of shooting them. That's
I did.
perfect.
If you look in the film industry lexicon, when you shoot film, I am doing such that thing right now with the ghost.
Wow, impressive.
And how is
turn
your
of phrase,
gunshots
Flim.
have been going, Loretta?
All right, Flim. All right, I'm working on it.
So sure enough, like you're working, you're like kind of white balancing the camera, you get it worked up. The Viking with the spear kind of levels it at you and starts kind of poking at you, and that's when you kind of like pull the switch and like boom, like energy, like a weird dip in air pressure, all of this stuff, great big puff of smoke, and sure enough, on like the cathode ray tube monitor on the back of this thing, you see a Viking with a spear angrily pacing back and forth, screaming with no voice in the darkness. Okay. There's
Got one.
Nice. There's one left, and it has an oar. Who's going next?
I'm gonna sling my musket back over my right shoulder and then unsling my my iron jacketed blaseball bat from my left shoulder.
Got it. All right.
Go directly
Kick
after
some
the
butt.
oar.
+1 from Magnus the Blonde's gory and awesome display of power.
9.
All right. You do your damage to it. It does its damage to you.
That was
So
me.
you take 2 harm. And it takes actually, what is your
believe 2.
iron jacketed bat? 2 harm. So yeah, like boom, like you smash the oar to the side, and then on the backswing kind of smack this thing across its helmeted head. This thing staggers backwards, its eyes tracking you, kind of smoke coming out of them. Who goes next?
That's me. I'm gonna shoot it.
Nice. Yeah, so you kind of level it again. You're waiting for it. Ale Brewer comes in and smashes it. Ale Brewer peels off and you fire your shotgun. Kicks the butt.
Please, dear dice gods, let me hit one of them. Okay, I think that's a hit. That's a 7.
That'll do it.
Yes.
All right, so Loretta, you take 1 harm because it hits you with an oar.
Fair enough.
And that is the last thing it does because you blast a hole through the middle of it, and it kind of falls apart into like blocky, smoky bits and then kind of wisps away.
Finally. I look over at Flim and I say, hey, Flim,
Yeah.
you like apples?
Yeah, I love apples.
Well, how about them apples, Flim?
Oh, you did great.
Thank you.
And like a like a flower blooming in late spring, shotgun banjo bursts out of the ground. There were Vikings down there and they were yelling at me.
There are more Vikings down there?
No, they vanished, and so I started climbing.
Oh.
Whoa,
Welcome
that's so
to the
cool.
fight.
Welcome to being tough.
Time to go get the dog.
Yeah, I yelled at Vikings and they yelled back and then I yelled louder and then they vanished. I think I scared them off.
Were you in that place? Come on, everybody.
Valhalla?
Yes. Yeah, were you there, you think?
Well, they kept yelling at me like I didn't belong in Valhalla. So probably not. So either I was there and trespassing or I was trying to get there and they were telling me no. And then I started yelling at them. I think I scared them off. So you're welcome for saving you, everybody.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm standing there with like shredded clothes and blood.
Yeah.
Loretta and Elber's got like shotguns. Flim's got the literal Viking like running around in one of those canisters.
Yeah, I keep playing it, and the Viking comes attack me, and I stop playing it, and it poofs back into it.
It's on
Yeah,
you, kid.
so, yeah, shotgun looks at you, Magnus. Yeah, I got back just in time. Okay, time to impress a dog. Mm-hmm. And so he strides out into the mountains to hopefully be seen again.
Here's my question, and maybe Al Brewer, maybe you know the answer. This box came from somewhere, maybe like a museum or something. Where did it come from? Where is it supposed to go back to?
Well, we don't know where it came from. Except for that someone brought it here to store. That's still a mystery, I believe.
And we know that they stole it.
We should probably look in those bags. Because if they were trying to protect whatever is in those bags, I think that might actually be what's real important here.
Inside the bags, each of them has a different thing. One has coins like you've never seen before. Ancient coins. One holds jewels, bits of rare fur, feathers, like things of inherent value. And then the third has a collection of very small scrolls. All of them look like spells. Yeah. It's no wonder that Vikings sacrificed a bit of themselves to try to protect these. These are worth a fortune. So now that the trap on the box has been disabled and you know what's in it, you kind of pile everything back in. And you now have in your possession a Viking treasure. That is a mystery for another time. Because right now, you all take a moment to explain to Romanian Florida what has happened, why she was right to be scared of this shed, and the fact that she no longer has roommates. At around this time, Mr. Florida emerges from the house, holding 3 mugs of hot cocoa in each hand. And under a clear New York sky, you drink steaming hot cocoa and nod knowingly in the confidence that you can kick Viking butt as needed. We'll end it right there. Except, of course, for the epilogue.
Yep.
Oh, great.
Oh.
Days later, the bus driver is heading south. Most of the team is asleep. Ale brewer, you and Flim, let's say, are up late. Flim has like a headlamp on, and you're just looking, trying to decipher some of the runes on the this box to try to learn more about where it's from, where it needs to return to. You drive through Allentown, through King of Prussia, and unbeknownst to you, the bus driver, steady, been doing this for a while, starts getting itchy around his neck. Normally stoic, he starts to kind of move, starts to itch. His face then gets very red. His eyes start watering. And unbeknownst to you all, he turns off of his intended route and drives into Philadelphia. We'll end it right there.
Hello, this is an automated message from Flim Handsome Pants, directed to Vice Principal King. I just want to let you know that we are currently out of commission and we don't know why. Receiving this automated message means that something bad has happened to at least me, possibly more. Please act accordingly. Thank you. This has been Flim.
Sleary, call Severus Slobin.